13. Again, well, for us TCG players, not really known to the fact that I think it was Spirit or Chicken, well, Fire Fist Rooster, right? That eventually got a hit as well. Spirit, I believe, for the TCG. I might mix those up, but you know what I mean. This is Full Force 3X's only available for OCG 2020. It's paired up against Witches with Envoke artifacts. Again, took the feedback in consideration and eventually added the artifacts in as well. Sacrificed the Solemns in the main deck, but again, the main deck is so frightening, right? With the Maxis, with the artifact sites, dimensional barrier mainly. This deck is a huge force, right? So let's not waste any more time. Let's see.
There's only two so far we know.
Yeah, the first two.
Oh,
right.
nice.
Duel number 1, Fire Fist get to start opening with the 6th card, 2030. So immediately opening up with Leopard. Leopard is definitely a very nice combo upon normal summon, or you know, when it's like on the field, just tribute itself to search any Fire Fist formation, spell or trap, right? Yeah, it depends.
These
on
are
your
already
hands.
filtered
If
and
you're
all
like
that.
open
Nice.
with Spirit as
Awesome.
well, you can just search out your Tensu to get the extra normal summon, but I fall for the next Next will be 1-for-1, and I believe I searched out Bear earlier to get in some damage with Bear, since you know Bear will trigger and get a surge off of the deck. I should be in a decent position. It was very tempting here to use the combos on my own Spirit, but again, my mindset was, okay, this is not like Link format, right? You can just extra like monsters without Link summon. So I eventually combos his moral deck, but in the long run, in the end, it might just have been better to, you know, bounce back my Spirit and use it next turn, obviously. But again, my mindset was, okay, I do better with Kingling, so, well, not that big of a deal, I thought. Again, because of the fuse of Markabat. And again, that's also for Spirit, probably would have hit it with Markabat, depending on his spec, right? And maybe I could have followed up with Kingling, but yeah, that's off the ground, so eventually keeps bumping out fusions with relative ease, and I follow it up all the way to Breakers. Next to Duel again, I can start this very this Fire Fist reinforcements. So very nice shenanigans back in 2030, but also too many restrictions, right? Like being able to attack or summon or if you
At least I have to worry about the playoff.
anyway, I've checked myself with a little booster, it's TCG, right? So we get the effect, we get some bundles and shenanigans with my hands, and to certain deal eventually, thanks to booster and force not the bank, but the combination of both the dimensional barrier and artifact, well, yes, moral deck, it's so strong, so you eventually go for buying and turn, and even needs to get like Spirit, and again, the card not bank, not at least not summon it, card with the same name, same card that turn. Game that is one set of this was made like clutched with my from searching out to Alistair, right? And then finally the blast coming through in some unnecessary damage so horrible that now he gets started. That's definitely a problem. Even though if I might fail or has to buy a break artifacts, and even then the artifacts can serve like an extra light for some market. And again, not hindered by links. That's the biggest advantage of this deck with witches. And you know, I'm not hindered by links, so they can just go for like just crystal wing and tour range it, to put everything face down. It's no chance. Although yeah, the tools in that situation I can't prevent my opponent from searching on no revocation, so it's engine now. Because he was able to start, he was able to use engine, and that's just too much. Fuses, that's just too much. Trying to figure out does it really matter that much? 6-match girls Banlist just 18 next to legs here, all the way to the left in the group. First of all, we have Synchro. Slight variation of the Kid Della that, you know, much like the Solo Della that from OCG featuring part of Safe Return. Also killed me darkness as well. Again, super fast deck with access to the errata purple deck, which was changed this deck list to a huge amount of feedback, dropped it on Caliber Knights. They weren't really adding something to the main deck. They were more of like an anti-meta card, mostly side decked from what I remember, you know, from a DCG back when Caliber Knight was somewhat relevant. Added in some more macro like Rakeki Break, there the list I used to years ago. Again, OCG was Delanet. The second list we have Machina Machina Gadgets, so I've pronounced it from 2014. Again, one of the stronger gadget variants throughout the history of this game, especially throughout the history, especially thanks to their very strong extra. So, which deck has the advantage? Well, it seems with 50-50 points, so we tell that for fast gadgets having their back row. And again, so we tell that having access to fast disruption, these back like a storm and shine to 8. So let's hop in. Right, game number 1. I should get started. This is a good open end of the league. You get boss fights, so I should maybe manage my head. Draw one of those cards here for you. Very nice. Definitely go to separate your draw first turn, unless I believe the Machina Gadgets deck does run runs if two wins for the hand. So let's see. That's a very cute suspension everything on the field. But again, thanks to a card of safe return, it's not like, well, it's pretty much like Teledash, right? If you are going first, you don't want to blow your load quite early on in the duel. But this, yeah, thanks to a card of safe return, I can definitely do that using goblin zombie, multiple times in the same return, not making it pre-errata, not limited to once per turn, so you can keep it starting with Zukis, for example. Get the deck for a card of safe return since you, of course, need to throw the target. The Viscous Mesa is not that, but definitely not going to Stardust Dragon and Regulate. Of course, not the same mechanic with the Dark Rules luring around the corner, but in the end, even if you would have been able to use Dark Rule to blow up my entire field, I had enough fuel left, right, with Malicious again. Thanks to Plague Spreader, you can stack that back on top of the deck. Zombie Monster again. Again, as mentioned before, a lot of fuel left if you so 1-0 for the Synchro. Game number 2. You want to just of course something that catches the really want to ride with a lot of macro at their disposal. Finish chains, I mean, says we're sure about that. Finish chains again, paper skill, the trample, and the essence. The 9 again trample, etc. Because I thought to be sure that he can pretty much make his exceed related style right? It's been a couple of years, right? It kind of got replenished, replaced by Pastel. The Machina Fortress level 7, it's really a Stardust Dragon is the same attack. So that's that scenario that can be like Machina Fortress Stardust and just destroy another card. Feel free to main control through. Unfortunately, it doesn't protect its on the front with its will sand base effect and pretty much against every graveyard based deck. This duel wasn't out during the Teledat, Soul Dead era. But anything that has kind of access to this duel should most of damage instantly being against any benefits heavy graveyard. So game number 3, I get to start. Very different compared to game number 1. One point of safe return, again, something like maybe or something like that. Just something of a zombie. And if we start with this makes much more easy. Side on so like first play, which probably is going to get stopped by Magnus. start. Alright, first thing, he also gets to start. This is an okay early hit. Here, very nice. It's breathing a little bit from last one. And alright, cards, right? So the magician has that very nice. Then you need to search out that magician thing, for example. So white. It's also a little side. It's so dark here, and it's that possibility here. Because then it's stick off and that's your side. So like, again, some companies depends on the era, right? But guys like custom to this magician is shiny angel. At times where he starts kind of protect for something like safety, like forest case, later. Definitely go use abundance on this magician and also search for the magician thing, or maybe the magical scientist, even myself. All the breeds again, go to the magician thing, this will check it must be nice, definitely. Set the dragon from my search right in the lights, my favorites, and it's for a reason to describe the second video. Here, out of time scene, shade Yugioh Emperor and 6 Samurai is like a terrible deck, and if it's top deck, that always fails, for example. And Chaos has the advantage of Sinister Servant, you know, enter with time seal, the opponent is locked out of his jaw for his dreams, although it does top deck. Especially now, with the 6 cents going off, we worst case scenario, like, doesn't really matter, dragon force, you know what I mean, about 5, 6, 7, it's like a nice floater slash like card, right? Which can be super exciting to get one. So starting with something new, 6 I used to opening with the 9 21st gateway, searches at 7s, protected by Shen as well. In second, Subiomi, okay, can potentially put the Shen face down and it's maybe third of this, it's something like Dark Hole or Raigeki, but that's true. It's metal emphasis, help me now. Really good duo, okay, can get both his cards, maybe, yeah, forcing out the Shen again, left out the Dark Hole. This was good, but again, the Grandmaster, I destroy my card effects, so we can just make the Grandmaster itself, right? So that's not going too well. I'm not sure which entry is actually the Dark Hole second, but search like a white monster, magician thing. Just use the magician extra, because metamorphosis, and then we can construct. Indicate the metamorphosis, right? The realism, really life. Banlist. The two titles are heading at each other, and the famous Dragon Age from 2013, a variation of the full power list featuring recruited this. By the way, so it begins to rise from 2016 to Yugioh's rules list from back in 2016. Both lists are running multiple, well, at least for the Dragon Age list, and this continues to cause of emptiness and one copy for the list. But the list has the advantage of multiple entraps over the Dragon list, which deck has the advantage. Before this I wasn't really sure which deck had the advantage. I thought maybe the ruler's right, because you know they're already running from last year's Banlist to their core archetype strengths, etc. But then again, realized that as all high attack monsters level 9 sync. Alright, first of all, I think we're going to get to starting with the 6th card. Definitely very nice on this part, having access to Dragon Shrine and being set otherwise to the graveyard and these complete list against the list laying out these matches. I saw that you have this cosmos getting the creature of the Dragon Lords is super strong cards against all the decks. Will be 2016 against something like Defense Destruction. It's unaffected by card effect. It's so strong against all the decks. Against rulers, and that's something that I didn't really felt before this matchup is that now actually by playing this matchup is if you want to my synchro, it's super hard for Dragon Balls to get over things. You need the Altus right is maybe go for something like level 6 Dragonity, send the Phalanx, or at least more than the Phalanx is equipped with level 6 Dragonity, send it away to double to take over the level 9 synchro, or take over the UI Silver Dragon. But outside of that, not many, there's not too many outs, right? Drago Cyclops use destruction effects. It's something like Return of the Dragon Lords protects your opponent, from destruction. So again, it's like quite hard for Dragon Lords to get rid of high attack monsters, high attack beatsteaks, and things of UI monsters, especially if they get protect themselves with something like Dragon Lords. And eventually out to make level 8 synchro planes, these days planes, just to bring cards, ducks, or ducks, however you want to pronounce it, into like level 8 and 8 synchro plane, and of course at the same time set multiple dragons in your graveyard for the Dragon Lords. Level 6 Dragonity can eventually pop itself up, and eventually just 4,000 beats. Still, it starts really well again for Yugioh. Yugioh is cycling enemies right. And force return would have been an option to force out the failure after that or something like that. But instead, right, like clouds to that one in the field of fusion tank instincts. Also protected by possibles, something like that. Series also not out. Again, force out the field, otherwise it's game over. And maybe, keep track of the attack monsters and attack position. Since here, okay, I can take over the Yugioh goal is to get the cut of the field and destroy it. Again, it doesn't really matter how the Kratos will work. You could have the Kratos sack, maybe it's already activated the failure there. Potentially destroy this huge tank beat stick, 4K beat stick. Again, it still has a Dragon Horses and of course the target that are working in the make multiple attacks on my position. Didn't really matter how I played this route. I think I always won, especially because it was a great treat. Still skipping my next half. So yet it's something I personally before at least before this matchup did not expect, but after playing this matchup I see the weaknesses of this particular dragon. So, I had trying to get rid of those arguments. So that's definitely something that I personally respect. So otherwise we can do the second dragon wars. So still everything is possible.